Good afternoon, everyone. Let me start with the initial introduction. I am Guru Prasad. I head the sales for EDS Karnataka region, and I will just start the presentation with a brief about EDST. Welcome all. First of all, I would thank everyone to take out your time and attend the webinar. I hope all of you are staying safe, taking care of your health and taking care of your family. That's the prime importance. And I hope things will be back to normal with the second wave going off quickly. So we all pray for that. Just to give you an introduction, so we choose this topic very with a lot of thought. So empowering aero suppliers to produce faster and create new opportunity through digitalization with the adoption of 3D experience. So what does this mean? So most of the aerospace suppliers we interact with, so they say that we in India, especially we do a kind of build to print manufacturing services. So, but I've seen a lot of CEOs talking about how, especially on the digitalization, how they can bring value in the long run, whether it is through Industry 4.0 or smart factory, things like that. So this webinar next 1 hour, we will completely focus on how this digitalization you can adopt. So with our solution, I would request Gautam to take through in the next 1 hour. So just 2 minutes quick brief about us. So we are part of EDS Technologies. We incorporated in 1994. We completed 25 years last year. So we are predominantly we focus on solution sales, implementation, and support. So which includes we have a pre-sales and post-sales team which help you in implementation and training. So we are the platinum partner for Dassault Systems. So when we say platinum partner, we are accredited with many points in terms of adding new customers. All the thanks to our existing customers and new customers who have been associated with us for last 25 years. We are the largest PLM and engineering solution provider in India. Close to 1,500 customers, active around close to 500 customers. We are 7 offices in India, headquartered in Bangalore. We are very close to MG Road off Manipal Center, Dickinson Road. And we also represent many other strategic partners, like one of them is EOS, which is into additive manufacturing, 3D metal and polymer printing products. We also represent a company called Presagis, which is predominantly on visual simulation, and also some of the strategic partners like Human Solutions and Transcat. So we have dedicated sales, support, marketing, customer satisfaction teams. So when we say customer satisfaction, there is a central team which reports directly to my Vice President Technical, who takes the feedback after your query is raised. So it is a central monitoring system. We ensure that any support issues raised, we ensure that it is properly addressed. We also have recently come up with our own e-learning portal. It is available at edstelearning.com. So a lot of domain courses, a lot of courses on the softwares are available at a very nominal price. You can self-learn those. So we completely have the system integration skills. So that is how we have been in the industry for last 26 years. So this is just a brief about EDS. So I would like to call upon Gautam. Just to brief about Gautam, he's been He's been in our system for last 4 years now, and he's part of the CATIA 3D Experience Center of Excellence team. And he's worked in the aerospace industry for last 8 years. Gautam, over to you. I think we want to hear from you on all the the platform 3D Experience platform.
So once again, I welcome you all for the webinar and taking out your precious time to attend this webinar. So before going for the webinar, let us see the agenda of the session for next 45 minutes to our 1 hour. So basically, I hope you have already attended our webinar series on 3D Experience platform, but still we would like to touch upon 3D Experience on a brief, on a whole overall note. And then moving on to 3D Experience for aerospace and defense suppliers, like why aerospace and defense suppliers should come into 3D Experience, and what are the advantages of going for 3D Experience. And then with specifically on to aerospace and defense suppliers, what are all the business challenges? These challenges might be on a business process level challenges, or it may be a business enterprise level challenges. And then how are we addressing these challenges with respect to Dassault System solutions? And then coming to final, it will be a question and answer session. You can raise your queries. If you have any questions, you can ask us. Also, you can use the chat window to raise your queries. So moving on to 3D Experience platform, basically let us understand what is 3D Experience platform. See, this 3D Experience platform is a collaborative environment that empowers people to innovate new ways and create product services using virtual experiences. Basically, we are talking about virtual experiences. The platform, the 3D Experience platform, provides real-time view of business activity by connecting your people, connecting your ideas, and connecting your data, that too in a single initiative environment, so that the end-to-end process or end-to-end stakeholders of the organization can be connected digitally. And this 3D Experience platform is divided into 4 different quadrants. So first one, there are quadrants for 3D modeling applications, wherein it involves CATIA, GeoVia, BioVia, and SolidWorks. And then social and collaborative apps are there, which involves Innovia and also 3D Exact. Then coming to information and intelligence apps, we have something called NetPipes and Medidata. So last one is simulation applications, wherein we have Simulia, Delmia, as well as 3Dvia. The solutions are delivered to customer in terms of these brands, whatever we are talking today. So all these are brands which will have specific dedicated solutions to cater customers. So that was a small introduction about 3D Experience platform. Let's look at why 3D Experience, how can the customers, aerospace and defense suppliers can leverage the 3D Experience platform. Since the customer expectation across aerospace and defense segment, if you look at right now, it is becoming more and more, and which is making the aerospace suppliers as well as OEMs, which is making very tough to stay competitive in the market. So when the system becomes more complex, the process of design and the process of manufacturing and the delivery will also become complex. So this is where the suppliers needs to accelerate the innovation, drive process efficiencies, and move to the factory of the future. So we call it as a factory of the future or digital factories. Then there is a definite need for digital transformation. There is a definite need for digital transformation to tackle these challenges. Some of the OEMs like Airbus and Boeing have already moved to 3D Experience platform, which has ensured the complete digital thread or complete digital flow of the workflow process from design to manufacturing. Like if you look at regular existing aerospace and defense suppliers, how are we ensuring suppliers business continuity, and how are they ensuring the compliance and industry standards, and how are they meeting their targets on time, or how are they meeting their delivery on time? So the answer is 3D Experience platform. So basically the 3D Experience platform is it's the bridge between your virtual world and then the real world. So to address the specific requirements or to address the specific challenges of the industry, so the Dassault System 3D Experience platform will have specific set of solutions based on the industry verticals, which we call it as industry solution experiences. This industry solution experience will cover end-to-end process of the given industry with a multi-discipline approach. So basically, Dassault System 3D Experience platform caters to 11 different industries, wherein there it might be transportation mobility, it may be aerospace and defense, it may be marine and offshore. For today's webinar, we are talking about aerospace and defense. So this aerospace and defense, specifically for aerospace and defense, we have a set of solution which is offered through industry solution experiences. So how are these industry solution experiences based? These solution experiences then subdivides into process experience based on the customer business. If you look at aerospace and defense suppliers, these are the typical elements, or these are the typical areas wherein this industry solutions are spread across. Be it airframe original equipment manufacturer, that is OEM, or be it airlines, or then it may be a space, or it may be airports. There are business with respect to aerospace propulsion, then defense, and major aspect of today's webinar is aerospace suppliers. So this solution experiences based on these segments and then subdivides into process experience. So if you look at aerospace and defense suppliers, how are these solution experiences are drilled down with respect to process experience? There are many process experiences, but for today's webinar, we have identified with respect to the build to design or build to print customers. One is NC programming and simulation. Second one is collaborative planning, execution, and analytics. And third one would be continuous product development, and ending with sheet metal and machine part engineering. So for this webinar, we are talking about NC programming and simulation, as well as collaborative planning and execution analytics. So before going for the solution, let's look at the overall challenges with respect to aerospace and defense suppliers. There are different strategic elements. We have noted out 5 different strategic points with respect to aerospace and defense supplier challenges. One is on integrated governance, so then collaboration with OEM, and then audit and quality, optimized planning, and then innovation capacity. These are all the 5 different strategic elements of aerospace and defense suppliers. So let's look at how does this integrated governance affect, or how does this make it challenging for aerospace and defense suppliers. The market for A&D supplier is very competitive. That means the OEMs are looking at very flexible production rates, but at a lower cost. So you cannot even compromise on the standards and safety regulations. So supplier has to implement consistent governance to make the necessary changes in the company to assure the profitability. So this was about the integrated governance. Without the integrated governance, having so connecting OEMs or getting the profitability will be much more difficult. Then one more key area is collaboration with OEM. So right now, if you look at any OEM, they are looking for a resilient supply chain. So when there is a new engineering change on the ongoing program, suppliers should be able to adapt to the new changes with respect to the OEM commitment. And then even though if there are any changes, the deadlines or the delivery dates should not be compromised. That is how the suppliers are looking at commitment from OEMs. So that is where the supplier and the OEM collaboration much more important, wherein if both the suppliers and OEMs are under same platform, if there are any changes with respect to design, or there are any changes with respect to process, so tackling all these challenges will become much more easier. Then moving on to audit and quality. See, audit and quality is one of the key elements for any aerospace and defense suppliers. The suppliers have to comply with stringent safety regulations and also the quality standards such as AS 9100. So when we say compliance, basically the compliance is all about traceability from your specification to work instruction. That too in a single source of truth, and also IP security will be a key area here. So APQP is one of the new trend in aerospace segment, and our integrated project management will also support on APQP processes. So moving on to optimized planning, what is this optimized planning? Why does it required? In order to increase the rates, in order to increase the production rates, process engineering is a key factor. So we should focus on process engineering. This supplier should be able to develop the right manufacturing methodologies until providing work instructions to the operator and also providing the programs to the machines. So optimized planning will definitely help suppliers and the delivery commitments. For example, if in case there is any change in the production plan, they should be able to quickly adapt to the new changes and without affecting their delivery deadlines. So optimized planning will play a major role with respect to aerospace and defense suppliers. And then moving on to increase innovation capacity. As we all know, the OEMs are pioneer in using cutting edge technologies, whether it is 3D Experience platform, maybe it is Enovia, Katia, or Delmia, whatever the solutions we are talking about, they are all pioneer in using these solutions or cutting edge technologies. So being a supplier, we should also show our we should also increase our innovation capacity to stay competitive. So that was that's how the process innovation capacity lies. So this was all about the challenges with respect to aerospace and defense suppliers. So these challenges may be in terms of business, or these challenges may be in terms of process. So coming back to the topic, if you are drilling, if we drill down to some of the topics. So if you look at NC programming and simulation, what are the specific challenges with respect to NC programming? So whatever we discussed till here, this is a holistic approach we are looking at. The governance and OEM collaboration, audit process. This requires business challenges. Also, there are the process challenges. If we deep dive into the manufacturing process, what are all the typical challenges that would arise? So increased competition. There is a huge competition with respect to OEM as well as suppliers. So year on year, there will be a new player. So staying in this market is much more difficult. In order to give a competition, suppliers should be able to adapt to the new technologies. So moving on to the next point, it is higher volume at lower cost. So since the competition is more, OEMs are demanding higher volume, but at a very lower cost. This is also one of the challenging aspects with respect to NC programming, because they should know how to optimize the programming, how to optimize the toolpath, how to reduce the time for entire process. Next, then many new product being introduced. How quickly we adapt to the new product, and how quickly we adapt to the new process, and how quickly we are coming to the market. That is one of the biggest challenge with respect to suppliers. So looking at the sustainability of the products, they are becoming more and more complex. So how are we executing these complex products or complex part production? That is one of the biggest headache with respect to NC programming. And then if you look at the product changes, there are frequent product changes. So once all the process is freezed and production is up, there is a new change in the product. So how are we adapting to these versatilities? So all of these points, looking at these points, we have to look at holistic approach in order to come out with a better solution. So this is a typical as-is process apart from 3D Experience platform. If you look at what is the process, how the process is happening, this is a typical as-is process. Yes, of course, there are some suppliers who has integrated the best practices, but still there are some processes which has a non-integrated solution. If you look at there is a CAM solution, then the G codes will be generated. After the post processor G code will be generated, then that will be sent to a physical world or a DNC. And if you want to simulate the G codes, then you should be dependent on different software. And after that, if you have any design changes, then it has to come back to the software. Then you have to depend on third-party software for your design changes. So there is a totally discontinued process. So customer or supplier has to have a different user interface, and they have to learn different softwares in order to generate the G codes, in order to simulate the G codes, or if there are any design changes, in order to do the design changes also, they should look at different software. And it is not connected. Basically, there is no proper digital continuity, which will take out a lot of time with respect to process or with respect to manufacturing. So this is a typical as-is process. So let's look at how 3D Experience will help over this. So basically, 3D Experience platform, it's an integrated simulation solution. We call it as NC programming and simulation, which is an industry process experience that will give you an integrated solution for all these queries. Wherein the NC code, once the NC code is generated, that will be sent to system directly. And if there are any changes or with respect to your toolpath or with respect to your design, that can happen through the platform itself. You need not to depend on third-party software. So you can design your software, you can design your fixtures, you can take the consideration of stock, you can take the consideration of the fixture, and you can also design your component with respect to assembly sequences. So once a part is designed, and on the same platform, you can generate your G codes. So once this G codes is generated, before sending it to machines, you can simulate or you can validate virtually whether the generated codes are working properly or not. So all these things are available under one roof, wherein the solution is 3D Extend platform. So that customer need not to depend on different software. There is a unique user interface for design to till manufacturing. So adopting 3D experience will definitely improve your product productivity as well as improve your process coverage. So there is a short video about 3D Experience platform. This is the 1-minute video where it will highlight about 3D Experience platform with respect to NC machining. So NC programming and simulation, I just mute it. Yeah. This is basically focused on the definition of all required manufacturing programs with integrated simulation capabilities. So with the help of 3D Experience platform, the process of design to manufacturing or engineering to manufacturing will happen much more faster because of the digital continuity. If you see, the design is being done here only, and the programming is also will happen through the platform. And then the users can create programs, be it lathe or be it milling or it is Viridium. They can generate the program for all of these things. So by making use of simulations or toolpath simulation, the users can quickly predict the possible errors. They can understand the material removal process so that they can avoid the production errors at the early stage. So this is a short video about 3D Experience platform in order to summarize this process. So 3D Experience platform with respect to process experiences, this will give an access for end-to-end process, wherein you design your component with respect to part level or with respect to assembly or with respect to machine existence, and then the program will be generated and the G code will be sent to machines. And if there are any changes, you can define the changes with respect to design or with respect to G code. And there is no third-party software involved in this to do all these activities. So if you look at what is the overall benefit, we are talking about the solutions, we are talking about the challenges. So what is the overall benefit with respect to NC programming and simulation? So there are 30 to 40% of overall efficiency improved on the process. And then if you look at error reduction, there is a 30% error reduction, and productivity enhancement is about 40%. So that digital continuity is there. That is how you eliminate all the silos, and then your productivity will be enhanced. So change process impact reduction 40%. So basically, as I told you in the early stages also, when the process is finished, when everything is done, once the production is up, then if there are any changes required, so if it is not digitally connected, everything has to be done manually. So design changes has to be done manually. That should be communicated to your design team, project manager. And then once the design change is done, you should communicate the changes to your manufacturing team. And then the manufacturing team should look at the design change, and then they should start working out on alternative manufacturing processes. But if all these things are not connected, then the issue is with definitely the production will get affected. And that is where by having 3D Experience platform, which is digitally connected, you will eliminate all these silos. So change process impact reduction is about 40%. This is the overall data point which we have taken it from our customer reference. So with respect to NC programming and simulation, if you have any queries or any doubts, you can just let me know, or else we will question and answer session, we can ask the questions. So moving on to enterprise business challenges. So till now, whatever we have seen, that was about the process. So there are some challenges with respect to business enterprise. So there are enterprise complexity with respect to business, and product complexity, then project complexity. If you are talking about business complexity, the expectation of the customers are increasing day by day, and there are new business models. We are no more adapted to a traditional business model. There are so many new business models, which is making business complexity. And then coming to product complexity, we are talking about smart systems, connected systems, or IoTs. Basically, this requires high-end approach. And then coming to project complexity, the faster strategy or faster go-to-market strategy is one of the key elements. Since there is a huge competition, so go-to-market strategy is also becoming more and more complex. So by having all this complexity, if you look at the consequences, what are the consequences? If you look at the right hand side, there are some global data points, which is 46 project over budget. That means because of this complexities, and then 63% of projects are failed, 71% projects are late. So there are 50% margin reduction because of the quality. So this is an impact because of all these aspects. So if you look at the statement down, so intensive user of analytics are 2.6 times more likely to have significant higher ROI. So this statement was given by one of the customer after implementing this 3D Explain platform. So this is with respect to business level challenges or enterprise level challenges. Let's look at how can we tackle or how can we address these issues with respect to enterprise level challenges. So by having collaborative planning, execution, and analytics, the customers can have get the truthful vision of the company, connecting top-down planning with the team level activity, and they can speed up the planning activity and start the execution on time. And coming back to third point, you can achieve the business goals by leveraging digital workflow. So these are the three things which we are looking at with respect to collaborative planning, execution, and analytics. So on the whole, if you look at this process experience, collaborative planning, execution, analytics, so what is the value customer will get? They can have a time task management, they can get the financial overview, this phase gate management, and they can also have project analytics. We have something called NetWise, which will be helpful for this project analytics. And then project executions and resource planning is one of the key area, and also product portfolio planning, then coming back to project standards. So I don't go to each and every aspect of this. I'll just talk about 3 to 4 points with respect to, because we don't have so much of time. So coming back to first point, so project standard, how does this project standard help customers? So most of the projects created are from templates of the existing projects. So templates basically contain the different aspects of projects such as phases, gates, and milestones. So and also resource required and so on. So customer can quickly start the project through existing templates or import from spreadsheets. So when there is a new project, so they need not to start it from the scratch, because there are already a set of standard projects available, and you can also use your legacy data with respect to new projects. So resource planning is one of the key aspects of the process. With the help of Innova project management, customers can define company standard definition for business skills. So they can manage the resource based on the skill set and based on their year of experiences. So with the help of resource planning, allocating your resource on a specific requirement is much more easier. That means over allocating the work to dedicate some of the resources, or you making use of resources for different activity apart from the skill set. All these things will be eliminated with the help of resource planning. So time and task management. So project management allows users to quickly navigate to their assigned task. So when they navigate to their assigned task, they can have a view of their delivery deadlines. They can have a view of the task severities. So which will definitely help them to come out with a proper idea wherein they can see what is the progress. They can see is there any slippages are there, and what are the late tasks are there, and how many members are assigned, and what is the total time to do this project. So when the time and task management will become much more important, because it will definitely affect the financials. And along with this, the project manager can also assign the weightages for individual tasks, because some of the tasks doesn't require so much of weightage. Some of the tasks may require much more weightage, but without having the truth vision of this data, so it is highly impossible to assign all these things. So with the help of time and task management, we can definitely assign weightage to task on an individual level. So financial, definitely it is a key point, or wherein the company, it will show the overall health of the project. So whether the defined project is within the financial limit, within the budget, or which is going out of the budget, or if there are any delays on the project, how this delay is affecting the budget. So all these things are part of the financials. So if you are looking at being a program manager, he can have a clear view of the financial with respect to the project which is assigned to them. And coming back to last point, this project execution. So with the help of business status, the project managers can quickly identify the risk of the project, or how many opportunities are there and how many issues are there. So if they have a informed decision, if they have an idea of all these risk or issues, it will be helpful for them to make informed decision. So project dashboard will highlight the initiative project metrics for better decision making. They can have a clear view on project programs, slip days, and late tasks, and also overloaded members. So all these things they can get in a fingertip with the help of project execution. So I'll move on to next video. It is a 4-minute video. I'll just to run through this video. I'll just do the voiceover. So this short video will definitely give you an idea of the digital workflow, how it is happening. So in this, the program manager is viewing his project intelligence dashboard, which will highlight the project analysis, so project risk, and also the analysis of the project. So he can have a clear view of the risk. He can have the clear view of overall assessment which is there. He's trying to see the high severity projects or high risks which is aligned to this project. So there are basically five risks which was aligned to the project, and there are 2 severe issues with respect to the project. Now he is trying to drill down to the severities of the issues. Through Gantt chart, he is able to navigate to the critical paths so that he can have a clear view of the issues. So basically, once he found out there is an issue with the project, there he has to create it. So now he is assigning the task to the project manager. He's trying to say, check out on the maturity status. He has defined how within the what deadline the project has to be completed. So when the task is assigned, the project manager will automatically get the notification with his dashboard saying that what was the task assigned. If you look at this, there is to-do list and in progress and done. That means whatever the task he has to do and how many tasks are being done, ongoing, and how many tasks are being done. So now the program manager has assigned the task to project manager. The project manager is trying to drill down to the details of the task which is assigned by the program manager. So now he will navigate to all the legacy data of the assigned task to see who has done this project, when it was done, what are the deliverables which was assigned to this task. Everything he will check out right now to take the necessary actions. So once he found out all the detailed information with respect to the task, he will try to assign the task to designer so that there is a design changes has to be done with respect to the issue. Now he is trying to assign the task to designer. So he can assign whoever the designer who has to work on this project. If there are multiple designers, he can assign this task to specific team members. And these tasks are regularly, whenever they assign some task, these tasks are measurable. That means within how many days it has to be completed, what is the maturity level, what are the deliverables which are required with respect to this task. All these things he can assign here. So this is about designer. Once the task is assigned to designer from a project manager, then she is looking at the task which is sent by his project manager. Then they will try to see what is the severity of the task and what they have to do. They will look at the description and then try to start the next level of activities. So once the design is done, again the project manager will get an update saying that the task is completed. Now he will try to look at the task which is done by designer, and then he will give the input to designer whether it is okay or if there are any design needs to be changed. So maturity status of the task is been completed now. Then again he will the task will go back to the program manager because it was assigned by program manager to project manager, then project manager to designer. Now the program manager will have will get the notification about the assigned task. So now he is trying to look at the details about the assigned task, and he is trying to look at the changes with respect to design. So now the maturity status will be completed. So this was a short duration video which was having a complete flow from program manager to designer. In order to sum up the process, I'll put it in this way. There was an issue with being a program manager. He could able to see all the activities or all the details of the project. He just identified there were some issues with respect to the project, and out of those issues, how many issues are severities. So he drilled down to those issues, and then he just added some tasks to the project manager with respect to design change. So project manager will get the notification once it is assigned to him. Then based on the requirement, he has assigned some of the design team members to do the activity. So once the design team member does his activity and then pushes back to the system, then he will get notification saying that the program is complete, activity is completed. He will look at the design changes which was done. If that is so it was okay, then the maturity status is changed and moved on to next level. So all these process are, if you look at the typical as-is scenarios without the 3D Experience platform, all these things has to be done manually. So if there are any changes, that should be communicated manually. If there are any design changes, design has to be communicated manually. So there is no digital continuity throughout the process. If you look at this video, there is a continuity from the top level to the designer level, so that there is no gap between the digital continuities. So this was a short video about project management, or I can say process experience. On the whole, if you look at what is the benefit, we have discussed about the challenges, we have discussed about the solutions. If you look at the benefits with respect to project management or with respect to NC program and simulation, what are all the benefits the customer will get, end customer will get? So they can improve the project management. This can only happen by connecting program and project management with product information and deliverables. So the first one is improving your project management, and then you can accelerate your bidding process, because once all these activities are being done through digital platform. So if there are any delays or if there are any issues, which will be communicated to all the stakeholders in a real time, and along with the deliverables, along with even there is an issue, that will also go with the deliverables, so that you can improve your bidding process, and then switch from design, simulation, and process engineering to an engineer for manufacturing. So how this can be done? Only with the help of digital continuity or digital platform. So accelerate the certification process and OEM audit. I have discussed about this. How does the certification process can help you, and how essential it is for aerospace and defense supplier. Then you can increase your ROI. You can increase your manufacturing ROIs by experimenting it digitally, so that once everything is done, before going for a real manufacturing process, you can validate everything on a digital platform. If there are any issues, you can mitigate there itself and then move on to physical production, so that will eliminate a lot of issues with respect to financials, also with respect to time. So you can demonstrate the commitment to OEM or Tier 1 by having the 3D Experience platform. That means if the OEMs are working on 3D Experience platform, if there are if the supplier is also on the same platform, communication between OEM and supplier will happen seamlessly, because both will be on the same platform. Both will be on the same tool. So that is where you can demonstrate the commitment to your OEM. This is one of the key area for any supplier, aerospace and defense supplier. If you look at big OEMs like Airbus and Boeing, they have already adopted 3D Experience platform, and some of the projects are executed by 3D Experience platform only. So with respect to the solutions, if you look at customer reference, who are all the customers who are making use of it, you can see this. I have listed out some of the customer reference here with respect to aerospace and defense suppliers. The data points were like error reduction of 30%, and then enhancement of productivity is about 40%, and change process request reduction is 40%. So this was the total data points which we have seen through our customers after implementing the solution. So before closing this session, I would like to thank each and everyone who has attended this session for almost 1 hour. Thanks for taking your time and attending this session. If any queries are there, you can just reach out to us through this email, and maybe you can also write a mail to us. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Gautam. Thanks, Abhay, for organizing this. I would like to thank all the participants who had taken out time to attend this. Thanks a lot, and stay safe.